Hi, and welcome back to Easy. Let's find out if your English is truly advanced. Educated native speakers of English use these words. And do you know them? Do you use them? If you know 8 out of 10 of these words, congratulations! Your English is truly advanced. If a word is new to you, I suggest that you pause the video, practice using it by making your own sentences and share them in the comments. Remember, that's such an important part of practice. Okay, let's get started. Let's look at the first one. Do you know the meaning of this word? One is easy to pronounce. Warped. Warped means strange and unpleasant. For example, I shouldn't really laugh about the accident. It's my warped sense of humor. In their warped minds, I was to blame for my own victimization. Let's listen to how some other people used it.
I also know all about your warped little plan.
His warped perception, he lost you to the dark side, which is she.
There's another whose warped looks proclaim what stone her heart is made of.
Let's look at the next word. Do you know what this word means? Let's pronounce it correctly first. Daunting. Daunting. Seems difficult to deal with, overwhelming, intimidating. For example, moving to a new country can be a daunting experience. The project's deadline seemed daunting at first. Let's listen to how some other people used it.
Sort of daunting. Seeing your whole life stretched out in front of you.
Nothing more daunting or exciting than the blank page.
Yes, but that is always you wanting him back here full time, which is this big daunting commitment.
What does this word mean? Let's pronounce it correctly first. Strenuous, needing or using a lot of physical or mental effort or energy. He rarely does anything more strenuous than changing the channels on the television. His doctor advised him not to do any strenuous exercise. Let's listen to how another people used it.
It demands strenuous effort and practice.
They won't be able to handle a strenuous activity.
A lot of owners would think it was too strenuous for it.
What about the next word? Egregious. Egregious means outstandingly bad or shocking. The politician's egregious lie was exposed by the media. The egregious errors in the report couldn't be overlooked. Let's listen to how some other people used it.
Shed some light on this most egregious theft of a championship.
To take another man's life, that is the most egregious sin in the Lord's sight. Nothing hurts his heart.
Dennis, this is an egregious wrong. And what about this word? Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. Seeming to be everywhere. For example, fast food restaurants have become ubiquitous in urban areas. Social media's influence is ubiquitous in modern society. Let's listen to how some other people used it.
Before the success of the ubiquitous human-sized police robots, there was a bigger bad boy on the block, the moose.
Mediocrity is the elephant in the room. It's ubiquitous.
With the help of my ubiquitous clandestine informants, I have learned that the mayor has told the fire chief to catch me with those chains on the doors.
Do you know this word? Callous. Callous. Insensitive, showing no concern for others' feeling. His callous remarks about the tragedy shocked everyone. She was criticized for her callous treatment of the stray animals.
What you did down there was cold, just callous and rude.
A cold, callous man who does not love you as I do.
I hope this doesn't sound callous, but do you truly believe they're still alive?
And how about this word? Intrinsic. Intrinsic being an extremely important and basic characteristic of a person or a thing. Each human being has intrinsic dignity and worth. Maths is an intrinsic part of the school curriculum. Let's listen to how some other people used it.
A moment he considered to be an intrinsic part of growing up.
Better for observing intrinsic customs and ways of behavior.
I cross the room to the intrinsic field center. I find my watch.
Do you use this word? Indebted. Indebted. Grateful because of help given. Indebted to someone for something. For her encouragement and support, I am especially indebted to my life, Lizzie. We're deeply indebted to you for your help. And how some other people used it.
Our new peaceful world will be indebted to your great sacrifice.
Oh, I see. And how many men are indebted to you?
Oh my God, go.
I am particularly indebted to you, sir.
Do you know this word? Sanctimonious. Sanctimonious. Behaving as if morally better than other people. She couldn't stand his sanctimonious attitude during their discussions. The sanctimonious neighbor constantly judged others for their lifestyle choices. And how did other people use it?
Why are you buying this sanctimonious crap?
Same boring, sanctimonious speech.
Aren't you tired of this sanctimonious robber baron always coming out on top when he should be 6 feet under?
And what about this word? Palatable. Palatable. Means good enough to eat or drink. If something is palatable, it means acceptable. The meal was very palatable. The city council has tried to make property taxes more palatable by giving homeowners more time to pay them.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yes, well, my definition of palatable might be slightly different from yours.
The people state that such words are not necessary and that others would be more palatable for good taste.
That I purposely distort my perceptions to make my reality more palatable.
And now, bonus word, just for fun. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. 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 Yeah, I know, that word on the thumbnail was not just clickbait. It really exists. And it means extremely good. Just imagine, for every Mary Poppins fan, this word is easier to pronounce than the word pronounce itself, especially with a lot of more wit. The easiest way to practice this word is either by singing or by breaking it up into small parts.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
You will see, after a bit of practice, you will be able to express something extraordinary good in supercalifragilisticexpialidocious manner. Another reason to watch Mary Poppins again. And of course, example. Life on the set of the 1964 musical wasn't always supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So how did you do on the test? If you only didn't know 1 or 2 words, congratulations, your English is excellent. If a lot of new words were new to you, I suggest you watch this video again, take notes, and make sure that you practice saying these words by making your own sentences. Keep expanding your English vocabulary. Practice using the words, and pretty soon your English will be at a much higher level.